Let's see if anybody comes in here. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and start it up. Start your engines. Um, I just don't know about this whole scene. Uh, I've been studying something for like a week here. Uh, I'm debating on it. Oddly enough, they've contacted me back several times when I thought it was all done, but I just don't know. Uh, so I was debating on going on an auction site where you go live. Hello, hello, and that way I could run a lot of my retail stock out and hopefully faster than on these websites like the eBay, Mercari, Etsy, and Amazon and all that. Because it takes so much time to photograph and do the description, and send it up online, and do price adjustments. Because I'm just trying to reduce my retail stock. Um, because I'm not interested really in opening up any brick and mortars right now, at least not in here. Um, and I'm really wanting to relocate real soon. I have an open door to California. I don't know if I want to take that option. Um, so I just don't know. I'm still working on all that. But my biggest thing is to reduce my inventory, reduce my storage costs, and all that, and so that it will be easier for me to relocate. And this is what I have been doing: is listing every single day. I spend hours and hours and hours, and that's what I do. Nobody's going to get the job done but me. I've considered going back on YouTube and doing live auctions and like running PayPal where they can pay me on the spot. I'd probably rather do that. But this auction thing came to my attention like a week ago. It supposedly exists since 2019, and supposedly the corporate was out of one of my hometowns I grew up in, and I researched some of that and found out some things that weren't exactly true. But anyway, I did apply to be a seller. You've got to do two applications. They make you sign up for the site, and then they have another application where you sign up as a seller. And both of it's super short. It's like a kid wrote it. It's just like, write a sentence, take a picture, answer A, B, C, or D, fill it in, kind of thing, real short. And um, not as short as getting on eBay or Amazon or anything, but they got photograph front and back of my driver's license. They got my commercial account credit card with the zip code and the passcode on it. I didn't like that too good. Um, and I still haven't answered exactly as to why. Um, but um, I just don't know. I just had this weird feeling. Usually, when I have a weird feeling, it's right. I used to have weird feelings when I get ready to go, run costumes at a club. And I would look at my daughter and I said, "Man, I got a weird feeling." She's like, "Mom, don't go." And every single time something treacherous happened, I did not go. And something really treacherous happened. So I kind of try to follow my feelings. So anyway, they sent me, one email that said, "We're not hiring anybody but, in big influencers," which means like big YouTubers or whatever. Hello, hello. And You have to be over 19, which I'm over 19. And then they said you have to be in the United States or Canada. And it was like, well, I pass all of these. And so I sent them a message back. I visited your website. Pretty cool. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you graciously. Thank you for the compliment. I developed that around 2002, many, many years ago. And I'm getting ready to duplicate it all. in hard copy and then put it up on another format because that format has been voided like this, not this year, but the last year in March. So I cannot go in and revise it. So I can't add to it, or anything like that. So it's kind of hanging there. But I couldn't delete it because I can't transfer it to the new processes they have. So I was using Site Builder, which has been discontinued. So that's the problem. And I'm like, oh man. So although I'll be very open to, a newer process, especially if I can get the cart process where people, can, get several items and cash out and get a discount on shipping. Because mine doesn't have that. That the site is still working. It's just I cannot remove or add to the site. So I'm still paying on it every month just to keep my name because if I don't, I will lose my name because I own it. So I just, needed to print it all off on hard copy and then I can, move it. So, um, but I appreciate the compliment, my friend. But anyway, so I'm kind of debating on this. So there's some YouTubers that, have done. Well, I sent him an email back. I said, well, I am all of that. And but I mean, what does that have to do with me applying to, selling auctions on this people's site? I mean, it just seems like they're fishing for more information and, than, people would normally need to give. You don't give all that info on when you apply to sell on eBay or Amazon or any of those places. And it's kind of simple. You just need to be a real person and have the documents to prove, you know. But especially if you get audited, and I've been audited on eBay and Amazon in my lifetime, and I passed all audits because have I have my stock in hand. I have receipts for my stock, so I'm covered. And that's mostly because they just really hate drop shipping on those sites. They want you to have the stock in hand. Too much goes wrong when you're drop shipping. Um, and I know that by being a buyer. It's messy. But anyway, so um, I've watched several YouTube vlogs about this company. There's not a lot of them up on the internet for a company that's existed since 2019. I've gone on the site and the people sell junk on there. I mean stuff that's should have gone in the trash can junk. I clicked on last night. I was on there and I went through the entire site of all the auctions and every auction that was running out of like 100 vendors maybe. There was probably like half of them actually running live at that time. And thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate you so much. And I clicked on each auction, sit there and watching it, and it was just bad. I mean, people playing crappy music and it was just too loud, and the auction wasn't moving, and they were jerking around doing stuff instead of doing an auction. Um, and some of the stuff I didn't understand at all. Like they had these papers with all this description on them on a Xerox paper saying, okay, level one is this and level two is that, and they just had a bunch of weird stuff. I didn't quite get it. And then there's a guy auctioning just blank boxes off, little boxes off, and it looked like all used T-shirts. And they were going for 150 and $300 for one box. And you picked which stack out of 5 stacks, stacked like 20 high. You picked out when you won the bid, which was all of them were about 170 to $300. When you won the bid, then and he actually had three $400 bidders for one box, a little box. Anyway, it was like a United States Post Office, that little tiny cardboard box that you ship for like $9. It's like 4x5 by 1. Yeah, that's what it looked like. I mean, I could be wrong. It just appeared that way on camera. And so the winner goes, okay, I want, stack three, number eight. So they go to stack three, they go down and they pick out number eight, and then they cut it open and they pull out a T-shirt, something I've never even heard of. Um, and then they're the winner. And then every once in a while they show this $1,500 T-shirt I've never heard of, that he said was from his own collection, that he was giving away for whoever was the highest bidder of the evening. And I was like, okay. Uh, so they do giveaways. The company wants you to do giveaways, and there's something about they pay for the giveaways, but they don't pay the shipping. The seller has to pay the shipping, and I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But and then the guy was saying, well, it's a $1 billion company, and it's like, man, I looked this sucker up on uh, Dun and Bradstreet, okay, and it says 6.9 million since 2019, okay, and it says it has all of 15 employees. I mean, I don't know. All the research and stuff, even the corporate building and all that doesn't even exist. So, but I mean, I give it to you. It could be a 15-year-old kid came up with the idea. It's a good idea. It could be very iconic and a huge change in the industry for, running online. And the live auctions are fun and exciting. It's kind of like reminds me of like Home Shopping Network, kind of. And it's weird. But I don't get the sales. They're selling like two penny stuff, used, new, two penny stuff, and it's like, a baseball card that's not even a famous baseball card is going for like $470. And it's from 2021. Hey, Roxanne, and great to see you. And so, I'm like, I don't know, it just kind of looks like, the bids are rigged or something. I don't know. I just don't know. It runs 24 hours, 7 days a week. But I clicked on every one of the auctions last night and sat and watched them on my computer. And you can still watch them without being a member. You just can't bid. Now, some of them, they want you to sign in to their thing, or you can't see it all. There's a few of those. Um, um, but you can still see some auctions without being a member. So anyway, and right now I'm a member and applied to be a seller. Yeah, this is so weird. And so anyway, I looked at all those and I'm like, man, my stock is, I mean, uh, elite compared to all this junk these people are selling. They're not selling anything that's, I don't know, like of serious value. It looks like stuff that like, you know, 8 to 12 year olds are collecting or whatever. I mean, it's just not, it's weird. It's like you're not seeing, new shoes on there. You're not seeing new clothes. You're not seeing electronics. You're not seeing tools. You're just seeing a bunch of yard saling looking kind of stuff. Do you think it's a scam? I don't know what it is exactly. I have a weird feeling. I just don't know. But that's kind of why I didn't put, a big title on here or anything. Because I got two vlogs, and it might piss them off, but then again, I don't care. I'm out for my business. Now, I can make you money, but, you know, I have to make sure it's for me and I'm not doing anything illegal. Um, because I'm not into illegal crap. And anyway, and I've quit places that I worked that were doing illegal stuff because of things like that. Because I am not going to even be there. I don't want anybody to call me into court over some stuff going on or stuff I witnessed. I don't want to do any of that. So through the years, I have actually quit people and making huge money because I didn't like their business procedures because they were illegal. So anyway, there's a girl, I used her link Jen something that did about 4 vlogs of this place. And she claims she's been on there like a year. And I'm like, well, why didn't she do more vlogs? Um, I mean, because everything, man, I must have 600 vlogs for DoorDash alone. Okay. And I've done them through the years. I worked for DoorDash over 5 years. So, I continuously do vlogs about it to help people in the updates in the business and all that. So, that's what I do, you know, so people understand, especially newbies, because rules change and stuff. So I'm always posting, you know, any updates or changes or, great days I have, whatever. But I mean, she's only done, I don't know, 4, 5, or 6 vlogs about this particular company, and she's doing the auctions. And so my impression was she did like 3 auctions and she was finished. But actually, she stated yesterday she did a big live vlog about it, and the title of the vlog was very misleading. I didn't know if she was like done with the bullcrap or she was just going to come up and answer questions or how it was going to go. And so, really, most of the people on there were laughing and joking around and teasing about the company because obviously they think it's shady. Um, but and I asked a lot of questions, but she really didn't answer a lot of them. Um, so I just, you know, I, I don't know. I'm so leery of this whole thing. So, you should be able to ask somebody and they answer you. Or they say, well, I don't know, you know. But because she's an active seller, so I did ask her at the beginning of the blog, I said, so how many auctions have you done in the time you've been with them? And she said, well, they make you do auctions because if you kind of fade off, they'll just close your account. And so you have to be an active seller. I said, okay, great. So, you know, and she's like, yeah, you work 7 days a week, 24 hours. You could do 20-minute auction. You could do, 12-hour auction, 24-hour, whatever you'd like to do. I'm like, really? You go up there as much as you want. And so I said, so how many auctions have you done so far with them? And she's like, 20. And she said, but it's a lot of work prepping for it and everything, which I can understand. Apparently, you have to get all your stock together, and then you got to photograph it, and then you have to fill out a form of what type of stock you're running, if you're doing sports cards or you're doing tennis shoes or whatever it is. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to a 12-year-old every time they send me an email. It's weird. And I mean, more power to you. If it's a 12-year-old behind this company sitting on a computer and running out of a mailbox, um, then, and, this could be really an iconic move in the industry, but, there's a point of professionalism. Answer my questions. Now that, especially now that you got all my important info, that scares the crap out of me. That shouldn't even been taken until I was approved. So you don't do all that unless you are approved. So anyway, uh, I was like, so do you like it? Whether she's like, yeah, it's okay. It's just a lot of prep. I should do more auctions, but it takes so much time. Yeah, because you have to, figure out exactly, get all the stuff together that you're going to sell for that auction. And then you've got to get like envelopes to put each one in as they sell. It's numbered so that way you can find it easily when you go to pack it. Some auctions fall through because they credit card the moment they win, and the seller for some reason can see if their credit card payment goes through, and they'll tell them right there, your card is not passed, your card is not passed. And they try about 4 times and it still doesn't pass, and they set the thing aside. They said, well, we can get back to it later and we'll check. Well, see, here's another problem. When you run a credit card, I don't care where you run it at, usually you get about 4 or 5 times in a day, and then they don't let you charge anymore. Well, I don't know if they're like redoing the auction, but I mean, they're trying to collect payment as soon as this thing is sold. Well, if they go, okay, you're the winner, and then the person, that they automatically pull out of their credit card. It's automatic. And if it's not pulling, or pending, they have to sit and wait till they do the next auction so that they can document that, because they have to make sure to keep track of what sold, what didn't sell for some reason. And so it's real weird. But anyway, so um that was kind of interesting. To me, it's kind of like not my job, man. I mean, eBay, I'm not in charge of all that. They collect the money, they do all that stuff. So anyway, and it's whether I run an auction or buy it now. So, and I'm 99.6% of my listings are buy now. So I don't like auctions. It's too hard to get the money. So anyway, and they don't do theirs really live. This is like live auction in person. So anyway, you have to get all the stuff together, photograph it, fill out a form of what area that you're selling in on that auction. Like say you're doing trading cards or you're doing shoes, and then you have to tell them how many items. You have to number all the items and give titles, and then tell them what time you want to run it, and then you have to wait for approval. And then when they give you approval, it goes up online. It sits and says there will be this auction, and then you have to do a video of the stuff and say here's what we'll be selling, and that auction will be tonight at 10 p.m. And so that sits on the site, and so that you can let people know you'll be having an auction and what you'll be selling. And so it's a lot of weird processes. So anyway, and then you only, it says on there you have 3 days to ship out, and then it says when you apply they send you an email that says you have 2 days to ship out. So that means you spend all that time getting that stuff together, set up, steam the clothes, whatever you're doing, do your sale for however long it goes. 20-minute sale can run into 3 or 4 hours. um, and the bids are real short. um, I'm not a fan of the bidding. It's like what I've seen is 30 seconds or 15 seconds, and I'm like, that is ridiculous. And I had asked that girl in her vlog yesterday. She did a live vlog, Jen. I think it's Jen's Universe. She did a live vlog about it, and I said, so what's the deal with auctions? I mean, are they all like 30 seconds or less? Because that just seems like a really short period of time to run an auction. And yeah, well, they got some people are doing for 15 seconds. I mean, I just, I just don't know. And so, and then you can get followers unless you set a reserve or start to be done. Yeah, and then that was something else I was researching too. Is if you could go over $1, because a lot of these people were like doing dollar, and I don't want to run some of my expensive stuff for dollar. I do not. Okay, I'm not doing it. Um, I mean, the only thing I've got cheapest is like the baseball cards. I've got 4,000 of them. I got in storage auctions, all different storage auctions, and they're all compiled. They're in a box. And I haven't researched. You have to take time to research every single one. It's like coins, and some are very valuable, some are not. And then they need to be graded. I don't have any that are graded. I have some that are in cases that are real nice, but I don't actually have any grading. I'm not paying to have them graded. I have no interest in following it with more money. I just want to get rid of it. But and some of them may be high value, so it would be I could do that and do $2 starting bid, and see what happens. It just depends how many people are there, and if you have a following, like people can sub you, and it depends if they're going to be there. So it's hard to say. But I mean, I would be willing to try that first, and I wouldn't have to take a gigantic loss. Now the way they do it is you pay their shipping fee, which is like $4.95, and then every item after that's $1. So they have a real good bundle deal, you know, actually. Now I don't know that's for each separate auction person or for everything you buy on that site in one night, or I don't know exactly how that works. Um, but I mean, I found that much out. But uh, you know, I asked Jen. I said, "Well, I mean, are all the auctions like 30 seconds or less?" She says, "You set it for what you wanted." I said, "Well, so like, how far are we talking?" She said, "Well, there's like 45-second auctions." So I don't know how long they have on it. There's nowhere I read of how it's operated, where, like when you click on to apply for seller, there's not a lot of information. For me, I would like to know as a seller what the options are. And they should have a thing on there that says, okay, so, our auctions are, 1 minute or less, or our auctions are an option of 10 minutes or less. You set it as low as 10 seconds. I would like to know where we're at because I just don't see running an auction for expensive items more than what they're selling over there for like a buck that goes for like $200. Um, uh, in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? I mean, I've never closed a sale in 10 seconds on a sales floor in the retail clothing business, not in Century City, not in Beverly Hills, and not in downtown LA. And I've worked for some of the finest top end retailers, okay, in the schmata business. That's right, in the fashion design industry. When I worked for other people, but I still sewed on the side, I worked for some of the tops, my friend. And I have never opened and closed a sale in 10 seconds in my life. I have not done it in 15 seconds in my life. And I have not done it in less than a minute. Okay? Ever, ever, ever. Not working for someone else in the retail business. Okay? And ready to work. I have never, ever started and closed a sale that quick in person. And I'm excellent salesperson, man. I could sell the bridge 5 times over to 5 different people and sell it again. Um, but and I'm a straight up salesperson. I'm not the bullcrap hustler liar. I know my product. I know what you want. I want to try to find you what you're looking for, not sell you the whole store for no reason. So and I've had some iconic sales. I've always been top salesperson in the retail business, working for other people. Always made huge money doing it. I've worked on just straight commission. I've worked on commission versus payroll, and I've worked on commission and payroll. I've done all kinds of ways, not counting working for myself. So, but yeah, so that bothers me. When I worked for Leatherbound Ltd, we had cowboy boots as high as $3,500 Tony Llamas with, ostrich skin on them. I can't imagine closing a sale on that in a 10-second auction. Okay. I'm just, you know what I mean? So, we got like 5 people on here now. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm just leery. I appreciate these other YouTubers that have guts enough to go up on the internet and talk. They're very nice, some of them, and some of them I think are just full of crap. I won't name the names, but the one that really concerns me is the older black gentleman, and he has a vlog that says, "I quit," the name of the company, "and this is why," or something. And he goes through like a 45-minute dissertation, which is like all religious. It's all preaching. And I'm like, oh my God, when are we going to get to the facts? I mean, I've lived in the South a lot of years. I left California, and the South is very religious. And, they do talk a lot of that. And, that's all well and good. And I'm not like a devil worshiper or anything like that. It's just business is business. I clicked on the vlog. I want to hear your facts and your points. Talk to me because I'm researching it. I'm trying to figure out if I want to sell them or not, if this is real, if this is Memorex. I don't know what it is. It's a company that seems to have existed since 2019, and it's valued at 6.9 million. Okay, that's an okay number. But where is that 6.9 million exactly come from? Okay, because is it coming from all the total sales of all the sellers, or is it their cut they're getting from the sellers? Where is that exactly coming from? It has a list of investors. There's like 6 of them. I've never even heard of those companies. And maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, they could be multi-million-dollar vendettas. I don't know. I just have never heard of them. I do know that there is no corporate building. And it's out of a rented mailbox, not United States Postal Service. It's out of a rented mailbox in a building. That concerns me because the pictures on the website, you're thinking that's their building. I mean, it's not. I don't. It just to me, it seems like they just threw a bunch of pictures up there off the internet. That's illegal too. If you get slammed for using somebody else's pictures, it gets you in trouble. But it's also very misleading. So I'm not sure what's real and what's not real. Um, it just seems just odd. I mean, it's an iconic idea. I'd give it to them. Like I say, if it's a 12-year-old kid behind that computer who's trying to open a company like this, I think it's fantastic. But it would be better if you're more honest instead of being more show, because I'm already seeing things that don't appear real. So anyway, they sent me that one email and it said, we're not taking applications now unless you're an influencer and you're over 19 and you live in the United States and Canada. Well, I already qualified for all that. They got my ID. They got my credit card with all the numbers, the zip code, everything. I mean, everything. My digit code, the CVC code, whatever it is, and all. And I was like, why are they wanting all these? Like, what are you charging to my account? Um, and then they wanted a picture, of my stock. I went down to storage, pulled the door open. I tried to do video in my office, but it wouldn't take it. It had 10 megabyte acceptance. I did a like less than a 1 minute video of just my office alone with all the real retail stock bins in it and stuff I'm listing and my supplies that I use, my sewing and all that. And it wouldn't take. And I said, well, crap. And there's not one picture I can take that photographs the whole office to show everything I've got either. I can't get it from any angle to get it all. And so I said, well, I'll just go down to the storages. So I went to a storage complex. Went down and opened up my one commercial storage unit. It's all bins, okay? And it's labeled. So I go take a picture of that. Send it to him. And I said, well, then I get 3 emails, the next day. And it says, well, can you show us your stock? I said, well, there it is. I mean, I got, like 400 bins of retail stock. And what is it you're looking for? I sell all kinds of different things. I mean, you got my websites, you got my sites that I sell on. I mean, what more do you want? Influencer. Oh, I have a commercial account with TikTok to advertise. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. No, I'm not interested in Facebook. I have an Instagram that's ages old, and I've only sold one thing off of there because somebody said, "Oh, you got to sell on Instagram." It didn't do a thing for me, and I spent all that time listing all that stuff. Oh hell. So it's absolutely useless for me. So I don't even know if I can get in that account anymore. But it sits there. But I was like, I'm trying to figure out what it is you want. So anyway, they sent me 3 emails and send us some pictures of what you intend on running. I said, well, mine depends what you want. I mean, so I sent a picture of this big box of all these sports cards that I've got 70% of it bagged up because I was going to do bulk, on Etsy and all that. And so I sent a picture of that. Then I sent a picture of a big tote that's got all the baby stuff I just listed, okay, on the internet for sale. And it's all in Ziploc bags, And they're like, can you send us some better pictures? I said, look, I've got like 400 crates, okay? And they're like 20-gallon crates or something. And I said, what is it exactly that you want from me? I mean, you want to see stuff on a rack? Do you want to see a display, like a storefront display look setup of stuff? Just tell me what you're looking for. But I'm certainly not going to unpack 400 crates to photograph it. It's none of their business. It's my inventory. I own it. I don't, to me, it's like, it's not worth all that for a job, right? Why should I have to go through all that? I don't have to do that with eBay, Etsy, Mercari, Amazon, any of these sites. They didn't request me to send photographs and videos of my stock before they approved me for selling. In fact, none of them asked me for any pictures or anything like that before I sold. And yes, two of them audited me years ago, back in the early 2000s, questioning if I really had all that stock on hand. And I proved my point. I have the receipts and proof and everything. You know, I have it. It's ready to ship. You know, I wouldn't advertise it if I didn't have it. So, I had proof. I had proof of payment. I had, proof that I had the stock, and I'm a legit business. So I didn't have to go through all that for all these other sites. Why is this one so different? And you still have to do photographs and do a line by line of every item that you're going to sell for the next auction you would like to do on their site. And it has to be approved. And it's a scheduled auction. So, I mean, you know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And if you guys have any thoughts, you know, let me know because I'm just totally lost. It's funny because it's like I give up on them and then more emails come. Like they're interested. So I can't figure it out, you know. And then I watched that vlog that came up last night after I left work. There was some bullshit drama. Oh, sorry for cussing. And I said, I'm done. I threw my hands up and said, today is the end of the day. I'm finished. I'm not staying any longer when I needed to. Time is money. I just gave up. And so I closed up the office and I got in the car, went down the street, but no, now I'm on YouTube because all of a sudden a thing flashes across the screen about this company. And somebody they said, we work for them, and it's a sponsored vlog by the company. And we want to show you the back end deal and tell you all about it. And it's two people, a girl and a guy, and the guy's kind of weightlifter looking, and the girl's just dressed raggedy and big bag. It looks like she's wearing his clothes, a big t-shirt and some shorts, and and she's just real goofy. He's about as goofy too. And he's not even a resident. It says on there that you have to be. Um, what about working with housing foreign exchange students not college aged? Well, see, here's the thing. That guy in that particular vlog that came out last night that I watched, that couple, somebody said something to him about, he said, well, they're not taking sellers in Canada right now, but they are for, the United States. Well, that's a lie because the email they returned me with, not counting the information you read on their site, says that they are only accepting auction seller applications from people residing in Canada or the United States, and they will take like passport, visa, and driver's license for your proof of identity. I saw that on there when I filled out my app. Okay, and this guy was going, they don't take anybody in Canada, only United States, but they're getting ready to expand all over Europe and all. That's bullcrap too. And he said the company was $1 billion company. They just had somebody buy into a part of it in the billions of dollars, and it was like that was crap too. Because I've researched it all over the internet. I'm not seeing these things. And then somebody said something wisecracky to him like, hey, you're an alien. And he's like, well, I mean, not really, and so it got kind of down and dirty. Apparently, he was born in like Africa or something, and then his family moved to Australia, so they might have been military. And then they moved to another place, and then they were in Europe, and so he's got like visas for all these places. He said, and then he's living in the United States, with his girlfriend, and said something. They said something to him again. He said, "Well, I have a green card," and it was like, so that didn't make any sense either. Okay, because what he was saying was in violation against that company, for what they state in their application. not only on their website, but in their application. When you actually do this little weird thing on your phone, it's weird. It's just weird. Um, and so, uh, and you can only do it on your phone. You can't do it on the computer. It makes you go to your phone, and so that's even weirder. So anyway, but you do have to do the auctions from your phone. You can't do them on the computer. You have to do them from your phone, direct, which is weird. So anyway, um, that was kind of weird. And then, he was talking about how they pay for all the giveaway stuff because they want you to make it fun and happy and kind of like a circus. And they want you to have a giveaway item for highest bidders or whatever. And so, that, he said that they actually pay for that giveaway item. So you have to go out and buy a giveaway item with their money. And so he claimed he had this $1,300 T-shirt, and he showed this shirt that I never heard of. And I've been in the clothing industry for a great many years, but maybe I'm missing something. But it was just the brand and whatever it was on the front. I never heard of it. And he said he was, like a real expensive shirt. And he had two of them for giveaway. He said for highest bidders. Okay, so he also said, and then Jen on her blog had told me they pay all the shipping on every item you sell. Okay, you don't have to pay for that, which is interesting, except for the giveaways. You have to pay for it. And she got slammed on one that was going to Europe that they wanted $38 shipping fee, and she was mad as heck. And I don't blame her, man. You get hit for $38 to go ship a giveaway. So I don't know, but anyway. And then the guy was saying, okay, a lot of times they give you money to go buy more stock to sell. And I'm like, what? So I don't understand. And these people are bidding like maniacs. This particular couple, they're selling these little white boxes stacked up, like I was talking about earlier. And the people just bid, and then when the auction is done for that item, then they pick out what stack and what number box, and they open it up. It's like, what do you call that? Like grab bag, I guess you would call it. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. Um, or almost like pyramid scheme, where, they say once you get to level 4 and you have 4 people below you, then you'll be in the $1,000 a month range. But then when you get 8 more people under you, you're going to go up to the next level. And it was kind of like that. They had this weird description I had printed out that said total of like 211 items, and then first tier level is all the items are around $60 and up. Second tier items are this, third tier and fourth tier, and there's only 2 over $1,000 items. And they opened the bid at I don't know what price. I didn't get to see it. I don't know what price. But these bids were closing at 170, 210, $400 for that little box with what looked like an old used T-shirt in it. Okay. So I just, where are these bids coming from? Is it shill bidding? Are they having people go up there and bid on these people's auctions to bid them up? Are all those sales real? Is the high end ones, are they real, or is it the company going there and buying a $400 item so it looks good? And then they tell the seller, well, that one was a fake one, so we're not going to pay you for it. We just, did that to help you out. I do think the reason that, the requirements for having, what they call influencers is for like big YouTubers, whatever. So they'll come in and drag all their subs with them to build that site up. Now, and that's another thing. That's recruiting. So they're not paying for you to recruit. That bothers me too, So, I don't know. I'm not sure what it's all about, how it goes, but they keep sending me emails. Yesterday I sent them a couple pictures, And then they sent me a thing like, we're not interested. And then 2 hours later, they sent me another one. Yeah, we're interested. And do you have any more pictures? And, God, I'm like, what do you want? And what are you doing with my credit card? That's what I want to know. Um, so this morning, I had a bunch more emails from them. And and then one was, we're not interested. You don't qualify because you don't have inventory, enough inventory, enough, and two other things that didn't make any sense. A big enough following or something. I don't know. And they can't see my following on YouTube. I stopped that way back. Okay. And yeah. But uh, I really, I don't know. So at this point in time, I just don't know. I just answered like 4 emails of theirs. We've had like 7 emails today. And this has been going on for a few days. It's like up and down, and it's like I told him, I said, I mean, are you looking for stuff on racks? You want storefront display type, picture? Um, I mean, I'm not going to open all 400 boxes and make a little display thing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this for free. I'm not doing it. It's none of their business. Everything I own. I don't mind if they say, well, we're interested in fishing stuff. You got any of that? Or we're interested in children's clothes. You got any of that? I don't mind pulling, for an area and saying, okay, I have this inventory on hand right now. This is kind of stuff I would sell, which most all my stuff's brand new anyway. If I haven't made it, otherwise it's brand new. And even if I made it, it's new. So I have some used stuff because of storage auctions. Um, uh, but other than that, that's not my big thing. I'm not really a used seller. I got emails that every day they change their mind. It will like stop and then it will start. And then it will stop and then it will start. It's like I'm dealing with a 12-year-old. It's really strange. I mean, I respect it. It's a brilliant idea. But it's just so bleak. And I told him that too. I said, your website is bleak. I said, this whole thing is bleak. Tell me, why it is you need my credit card with the zip code and the 3-digit code and the credit card number and a photograph front and back of my license. The only thing they answered was about my license was that we have to make sure that you're over 18 years old. And they keep changing from 18 to 19. If you're over 18, 19, 18, 19. Well, I'm over that. Okay? I am over that. Um, uh, and I'm glad I'm sad all at the same time, you know. But anyway, I've already been through the 18 and 19. But anyway, so the credit card thing really concerns me because that's a brand new commercial account, you know. So unless it was just for in the event you want to buy auctions or something on there, I don't know that I would want to buy anything on there because I have researched where sellers never shipped. As many customers that they didn't get their stuff. That bothers me. Um, I've researched where customers have complained and tried to figure out who to call or who to email or what, and trying to get an answer from the actual company, the site itself, and they don't get any response or their money back. So there are some problems. I mean, there's problems with eBay, Amazon, all that, but trust me, if you've got a problem where you didn't get a package or, you um, didn't get your refund or something, I mean, sellers get terminated for crap. If they can catch you and you're fake. It's just like that girl that listed that Harley that I guess she photographed in front of a cocktail lounge several years ago. I think it was like the early 2000s. There was a girl up in Dothan, Alabama, that apparently photographed a Harley and listed it on eBay and auctioned it off. And glommed on like 5K for a Harley. Okay? For Harley. And uh that was a big thing. And they did end up catching her. It took a long while, but they did end up catching her. So and she's probably still in jail today. I don't know. But But yeah, so eBay and Amazon and all those different sites like that, no matter how big or small, Bonanza, any of them. Bonanza's so sorry. Uh, but I've done that one too. Oh God, what a waste of time. They really care. They're not going to have somebody advertising something that's fake and run with the money. You know, and so back in the day, you could get on eBay and you could make fake accounts all day long. I've had several of them. They've excommunicated me from eBay so many times, not even funny. And um I mean, I couldn't believe they let me get back on there this time. I was just like, God, they could terminate me at any time, right? So, but I'm still flying, and I'm legit, and I'm doing all the right stuff because I know my way around. And I just hope that it lasts. I wish the sales were better. God, they bite. They used to be banging years ago, but the product, that I was selling, and a lot of the products I was selling was really banging back then. But, and I'm still selling some of that stuff today, some similar, but a lot of new things. But it's just not running like it used to. I used to run, my two biggest ones were Amazon and eBay, and I was banking 5K a week every week. Forever. I was banging, listing every day. And so, it's not doing anything. It's just dragging. Uh, and I'm afraid to do more listings. I would love to just list every day on eBay, but I don't want to pay for my listings because after 250 free, you got to pay, and I'm not sure how much it is. And to me, that's like chasing money. I want to see what I've listed sell first. That's what I want to see. I don't want to have a bazillion items. I don't want to buy any more items. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like those people that store all that stuff, and it just keep listed on eBay. I don't want all that. But what I'm trying to do is reduce so I can relocate without having to pay a lot of money, because I go, relocate to a new place. Then I've got to come back with, U-Haul truck and pay gas and move stuff and how many trips do I have to make and, how many states am I crossing or how many miles am I going? I'm just, I'm researching a lot of different states and areas and stuff, and, I haven't totally made a thorough decision on what I would like to do. But in the meantime, got to make money. I got to reduce what I have. It's cheaper on moving it. So, yeah. So I don't know. We just keep going back and forth with the emails. The vlogs that I've seen, like that black guy with all that preaching, and then he said, this was the only thing of value that he really said on there because it didn't make any sense to me. It's like he spoke to joint, got on YouTube, and went, so the Lord is King, and for like 45 minutes. And I was like, man, when do we get to the point? And it's the only really valid thing he said. Now, this is a guy that's probably about 50, 60 years old. So he's not like just some young guy, This is a guy that's been around a little while. He talks very smooth, very clear and concise to a point in his pronunciation, but there's no fact there. No fact, no fiction. So the one statement he did make was, you YouTubers should be so ashamed of yourselves that are on there. What you're doing is wrong. Okay. So, and then, I asked him a question on there. I typed in the question, can you give me facts and figures, or I don't understand. And the guy got sassy with me, and he followed my comment with, um, well, your site is better or something like that. And I said, well, actually it is. Actually it is. I come to this place for almost an hour listening to this vlog, is what I'm thinking. And I got absolutely nothing out of it but one line. Well, okay, that was just the most worthless vlog I ever sat through. So, yeah. When I do vlogs, I have a point. When I do vlogs, I, interact with my subs or guests that come. I welcome everybody as long as you're good and you're not spamming the crap out of my channel or you're not being a poo poo head. I'm good. But I'm here to inform. I'm here to tell you my experiences. I'm here to ask you questions, you know, and see what you think or if you know more about than I do. It's a learning experience for all of us. My channel is very interactive, um, and I want it to be that way. I'm out to help people understand things, see, reviews of products and everything, help companies to sell more product because I like their product, not because they pay me. I've only been sponsored like 2 times in all of my YouTube. Um, Not that I haven't had a few communications where people wanted me to, because I have, but this crap just didn't make any sense. They didn't want to put any money out. And I got tired of playing with their emails. I got one Oriental company, from the Orient that is trying to get me to promote their kids' toys. And, they want me to do a review and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, you have to pay me. Like, we'll send it to you, and if you do a review, and I'm like, pay me, you know. And then if there's anything like, doing a review on how the product reacts with a child playing with it or whatever, that's a really ticky thing because now you're into a risk factor. I don't have any small children, okay? And so, uh, you know, and I wouldn't let one of my small children play with a toy that came from Japan or something unless it was, verifiable company. Um, uh, you know, because you don't know what it is, you know. If I let somebody else's child play with a toy and it clips their finger, I can have a lawsuit. So I have to charge, and I charge accordingly. You want an unboxing review type thing, evaluation of how your product's made, whatever. Talk to people that have used your product, do interviews, or do you want also, an actual demo testing of using it? There's a lot of factors involved. If it's a product you stick on your skin and it's not going through the EPA, I don't want to do it. It has to be licensed and certified. I really don't want to do that. I will do a review and an unboxing for you, but I'm not testing your product, even if you pay me. It's not happening. Um, I'm not asking a friend to say, "Hey, will you test this product and let me do a YouTube video of it?" You know, and then what happens if, like, their skin falls off? I'm in trouble. This has to be an insured thing. I have to pay them to do it. Okay, I have to take those risks. I don't know if I'm willing to take the risk for a product that I don't know anything about, that's not been certified by the government. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I get people that contact me all the time, just like that toy company, whatever it is in Japan. Um, I said, start talking money, and what is it you're exactly wanting? Do you want me to just, do a blog about it, and describe it? Do you want me to do an unboxing? Are you talking about a testing with a small child? Are you talking about me reselling it? I mean, you got to tell me what it is you want. And so after a while, I just get tired of it because I find it might be a scam. I have Chinese sellers ask me to do it. Do you really? They only pay for the product and won't pay for the video. Oh, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's worth it. Like you said, if the product is bad or causes injury, then you're on the line. Yeah. Well, first of all, here you have to understand this. They want an influencer. They want a YouTuber to put it on the internet. Okay, that is what you call a commercial. So why are they coming to you and not going to television or whatever and saying, "Hi, can you make me a commercial?" Because they don't want to pay $6,000 to have a commercial done. with the, producer, videographer, and whatever, and then they don't want to pay, $100 every time that ad is run for 15 seconds on a commercial in between TV shows on television. Okay, it's all contract, you see. So they'll come to a YouTuber thinking, hey, because they don't want to pay for it, and then they can put it on their Amazon page too. Yeah. So hey, yeah, that's the next problem is you have to have limits. You really need a contract for stuff like that. You have to have limits. It's like if you're going to use my YouTube for advertisement, you're going to pay me too. If you're just going to have me do a review to put your product out there in the world, you're going to pay me for, a review or whatever, unboxing. But if you're going to put it on your website and say, as seen on so and so channel, da 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 da, in May of 2010, you're going to pay me because you're using my name on your website. And the reason you're going to pay me is because it relieves me of the legal liability. If some crap goes wrong, they don't sue me for promoting a product that, chopped little kids' hands off on accident, every fifth one or something, or people got poisoned, or their skin fell off, or their hair fell out. So you have to pay me, okay? Because I don't want to look like part of your company. It's like my husband's car lot. I found out stuff in like the last year we were together. I found out some really serious, bad things he was doing, highly illegal, harmful things he was doing, ripping people off, illegal things, had cops involved and everything else, and state troopers and people at the DMV and judges and attorneys and all kinds of stuff, okay? And all I wanted was a divorce. I said, I'm so done. And I said, this gets scarier by the day. All these other stories I'm hearing, it's going to be like the feds at my door. And because, Franklin was a little older than me, it really made me scared because he could be dead and they're coming at me 6 years later and I still have a minor child. You know what I mean? And that's not a very good parent if you're going to be in the federal pen over crap that your husband did in business, and now that he's rolled over and played dead, they're going to come after you and lock you up because he's not around to answer. So I say, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to divorce this crap. That's what a lawyer told me. He said, the best thing you do is divorce it. That way they won't bother you years later. You're written off from the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, that's for sure. Because I didn't have any physical handling and signing sales documents on cars or anything else like that. I did not sign documents to transfer titles. He did that. Yes, I showed cars. I took people on test drives. I sold on the lot. Seeing what they wanted and told them what I had. Right there in person. Franklin was in the office. He's the one that did all the paperwork. So, after that, I was very lucky that I didn't sign any documents in any sales because I could have been very liable, even though he's dead today. Okay. Um, that was the good part. It wasn't about fur coats and Cadillacs. It was about getting like a legal clearance for life. That they were never going to come back on me for what I found out he was doing. And oh yeah, I turned him in. You think I'm kidding? I turned him in. And they would not listen. And then they came back like 6 months later and said, hi. I had the feds at my door, pal. They were like, hi, we were wondering if, and I'm like, I got whatever you want. What is it you want? I got discs, printouts. I will do whatever you would like. You want to, interview me or record me or whatever, if that's fine. I do not want to go to jail. I have a minor child. I found out a lot of stuff and you guys wouldn't listen before. And now you want to. Okay, so what can I do? I am 100% willing, And so, I'm like that. I don't like bull crap. I don't like illegal bull crap. I don't want nothing to do with it. I've almost been sucked into a few things in my lifetime like that, and luckily got out of it in time. I've had people ask me to do stuff, and I went, no. whether they paid me or not. I was like, I research it. If I don't like it, I'm like, no. But yeah, that thing where they solicit you, you need to charge them. I've got some vlogs about it from like, I guess a year ago on my channel here about if you want me to do unboxings or whatever, and it has all the prices on there. And then it has a email only for people trying to contact me there. And I don't always get emails there. They try to send their other emails, and that pisses me off because that email is only for YouTube. You know, everybody else shouldn't be infiltrating my other addresses. You know, that's just creepy. Um, but yeah. So make them pay you. Make them pay you. They should pay you a good price. Go look at my prices that I have on YouTube for that, and see if that's good for you. You want to go higher? Those are my prices. You want me to do it? That's where we're at. I got a lady that tore me up that I did a review, which is I think still up on. I was going to delete it because she pissed me off. But I did a review on a product a lady wanted to send me. She said, "Would you do an unboxing for me?" And I'm like, "Well," and she said, "I'll send you the product. Would you please do an unboxing for me? We're trying to develop this product." And I said, "Well, okay, I'll just do an unboxing review." So I did a real fancy YouTube vlog. It's on this channel, and it's a little unboxing review thing, and it uh I put it on like a piece of velvet or something, and you know, talked about ingredients and stuff. But the sucker wasn't ever approved through like the FDA and all that. They never sent that product in. And you have to be very careful with products that are applied to a body, a human body. You can get sued. The stuff has to be approved. All you do is create your product, make your list of ingredients, go down and send it into the FDA, or go see them in person, and let them do their testing or whatever, and then they will give you a United States approval, and you can put that stamp right on your item, just like any other item you pick up off the shelf, in your house, in the store. Read it. It'll have it. It'll say, 1988 FDA approval, and it'll have a little stamp on there. It's on labels of stuff. And so, and if it isn't, it's not an approved product. It hasn't been tested and researched, and all that. And that costs money too to have a product researched. If you've ever known anybody tried to invent a product, they have to go to people and pay them, okay, to do the label design, this, that, and the other, all the advertising design and the product setup. And then they have to go to another company and research, what containers it goes in, and make a contract with them. Then they get the first sample, one little thing in a jar. And it probably won't be that for the rest of life. They're probably going to change a week after that. But at least they got the first sample. The products inside, the jars there, the labels there. Okay? They got to take it and get it to the EPA and stuff and have it checked out. And if they say, okay, yeah, it's safe to use on skin, we don't think somebody's hair is going to fall out or their skin will fall off, then, we approve it, okay? We give you United States government approval, all right? And then, you get certified it, put their stamp on there and say, okay, it was approved, by the FDA such and such year. And it goes on your product labels, okay? And so, even if you sell at a flea market, like the bath and body business got real big during the pandemic. And people are like, hell, I'll make some stuff at home and I'll go sell it at the flea market. Well, they were literally putting a badge up and busting people and writing tickets for people that, were selling bath bombs and stuff like that. And they didn't have, ingredient label. Okay? And they weren't using the right dye colors for bath and body. They were just using like food coloring and stuff. And there's certain requirements of what products you can use. You can't use candle scenting perfumes and scents on bath and body. That stuff, it doesn't go on the body. It's very dangerous. So, that's how they do it, and you can get slammed on that. So that's why stuff needs to go to the FDA. If you invent a lipstick It's got to go in and be approved by the government. And then, they'll tell you, well, there's one ingredient in there we don't like, you know. And so then you try to change it, you know. You want it to pass FDA or it's illegal to sell that crap. So, and you can't sell it on commercial shelves. You can't call Walmart and say, "Okay, I make this, really great product where your hair will grow 1 foot every month, you know, and I will sell it to you in bulk at this much a case or whatever." Well, the first thing they're going to ask you is it certified? Is it, registered with the FDA? Can we see the testings from the scientists that you paid and hired to go over your product? Can you furnish us with that? I mean, they will ask you because one, they don't want to take the risk of selling a product that's going to have to be yanked off the shelves in really short order, that they're going to have to store multitudes of cases in their warehouse for who knows how long, that the feds either picked up or they're waiting on you to come get that crap because it's bad news and it's ruining their store name. Okay? All that stuff has to be pre-approved. Don't think you can run over to Walmart and go, "Hi, I invented a really good lipstick. Will you buy it?" No. It's not. It doesn't happen that way. Even if you go to their corporate office and arrange for a meeting with them and wear a suit and have somebody in there with little poster boards and a pointer and do a slideshow, I mean, it's not like that. Okay? You've got to have facts and figures behind it. It has to be approved, before they even consider it, you know. Um, so there's a lot of factors involved, you know. So be real careful. But I did that one for that girl, getting back to that thing. I did that one for that girl on my YouTube. It's probably still on there. And she was a poo-poo head. She got on there and was commenting real mean and stuff, going, "But you didn't test the product. This is no good. This is not what I wanted." And I mean, I told her in my email, I said, I will do a simple unboxing, simple unboxing review. If you want any more than that, it's going to cost you money. "Oh, no, that's good enough. I just need to get the product on the market, people see it. I just need a video of it." Yeah, because she's going to tell everybody, "Oh, you could go on YouTube and see it on Red's channel," you know. But I just did a simple review. They sent me that little tiny thing of cream. It was a scalp cream that supposedly makes your hair grow, and it's for black people. Well, first of all, I hate to break it to you guys, I'm not black, okay? I am not black. That's me. I'm not black, okay? So if you're trying to promote a black product and want to use me for it, it's probably not a very good idea because I am not black. I'm not Afro-American. I'm not any part of me Afro-American, okay? I have lots of friends and relatives that are, but still, I can't just ask a friend, "Hey, will you try this product out?" And it takes time to try a product out. It's not like you put it on one time and go, "Yeah, hey, that smells good and looks great." Stuff like that. If they're claiming it's a hair grow, it takes time. So you're talking, what, 3 or 6 months of research? So I'm supposed to get a friend to do it for free? I don't think so. Why don't you go take it to a scientific lab and let them do it and pay them thousands of dollars to make those arrangements and have that insurance coverage? No, my yard, man. So I have businesses to run. I can't babysit your brand new product. I mean, you have to go to lawyers and the city and the feds and FDA, and you have to do a lot of research. You have to hire a scientist. And so she got on there and she was really crappy on her comments on that blog. And to know you offered it for free. Yeah, I was, they sent me this really sad little thing, and they created this product, and they just really, I mean, it was when everything was shut down. We were under lockdown, and people were just dying. They were suffering. No money coming in, no work. Couldn't even go out to the store in public. We were in lockdown. Okay. And so, here's some people that created a product at home. Great. They actually had packaging, it looked pretty good. But when I looked at it, there was no FDA approval on it, nothing on there. And I'm like, oh God. So I didn't even want to touch it. Okay. I didn't even want to open it and touch it. Because if there's none of that on there, then, what if I put it on me and my freaking skin falls off? But uh I think I may have just opened the container and looked at it. I may have touched it, but I didn't like apply it on my hand, I don't think, or anything. You'll have to go back and look at the blog, but I didn't do much with it. But she was on there commenting, emailing the crap out of me, wouldn't shut up. You didn't do what I asked. You were supposed to test the product today. And well, first of all, I'm not black. It doesn't, I don't think it's, good promo, for some stuff that's like Afro Sheen or something for a white person to be reviewing it, using it on themselves. I have a complete cosmetology license since I was 18. Still retain it from the state of California. Okay. I pay on it every year. And I keep it for a few reasons. If I don't, I have to go back to school and do it over again. But I keep it for a few reasons. But anyway, uh, I can lose my hair license over that. My full cosmetology license. I can lose it over some bull crap like that if there's some legalities involved. I have to be very, very careful, especially when I don't have an open salon at this time and I'm not insured. And your insurance is equivalent of a medical doctor to be a hairdresser. Okay. So I have to be careful of my liabilities. I have to be careful what I push onto my subs and guests that come to my channel. Okay. I mean, it's like, what do you want from me? But she was really evil. Sent me tons of emails, sent me commented all over that vlog. There's some I had to remove. But she was so evil, kept coming at me, going, oh my God, you didn't even do a proper review. You didn't show somebody using it or any. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't offer any of that. And I was very kind to even put that horse crap on my channel. All it did was we were in a moment of state emergency, okay? All over the states, all over the world, okay? And I felt sorry for somebody. And, hey, there's my buddy, Paranormal Gamer. What are you doing? We got two good people in here today. We got Roxanne, we got Paranormal Gamer Wing. And, so good to see you. And so, she was so mean. And it's like, lady, if you want those other things, you need to pay me. But now when you're talking about doing a testing and your product is not certified by the state and the government for use on the human body, we got problems. I mean, I can't hand it to you and say, hey, Roxanne, will you try this product out today? I can't hand it to you that feeling really terrible. Like, what if your hair falls off? What if, your skin falls off? What if you get, a deadly illness from it? Because Red gave you some junk to try because somebody contacted her to advertise and do a review. How do you think I would feel? I don't think you'd be my friend. You might sue me. You might put me in jail over that. So it's not worth all that bullcrap, So that's what I told the lady. I said, your stuff's not certified. You sent me a product. I thought all this stuff was done. And when I get the product, and I researched it online too. They had, like some ads that were selling it on like Facebook and had some other weird site with only like 3 items on it and had these reviews on there that really didn't look real. And it just started up, like been a month old. And I was like, And then when I get it mailed to me in this little tiny cardboard box that's like 5 inches by 4 inches by 3 inches or something. And I'm like, is this it? And I open it, and it's just a little jar of some cream stuff, about as big as a measuring tape, construction measuring tape. It's just a thing. And I'm like, oh. But when I read the label and it doesn't have everything it needs to have, where it's, United States approved, I mean, I can only go so far. right? So she was really a poop. But I did her a very nice unboxing on my channel, which I think is still there. And I did it for free to do it as a kindness to help someone. The only unfortunate thing is, see, I didn't want to go back on my word after I received the item and it didn't have all the stuff on it. But I showed all that stuff on the YouTube. All I did, I showed the label, the ingredients, the inside of the product, and you know the name and where they originated and where they could buy it. Because I didn't want that liability either. I didn't want to say that I would sell it on my channel. I didn't want people like bugging me day and night going, okay, so can you send me 2 jars? And it's like, man, I don't sell it. I just did a commercial. But that's what it is. In essence, it's a commercial. You're doing a commercial for somebody. If you're doing a commercial for somebody, you're taking liability. And if you're going to do a commercial for somebody, you got to charge them. Now, YouTubers are cheaper than going to somebody and say, hi, I want a commercial on TV. It's way cheaper. That's why people will go to a YouTuber figuring if they send them some products, they'll do it for free. That's called sponsor. If they're a real business, they send you products and products and products, and they send you money and money and money too. Just like they did with Casey Neistat. I don't know if you follow him or not, but he teaches people how to YouTube. And he's done it for several years. And he's just a regular average Joe. He's not a real good looking dude. He's really strange. But he's very intriguing. He's extremely brilliant. Really knows his stuff. And so, really good teacher. And he would do mail time in his office in New York. And he comes up there riding a skateboard, his electric skateboard and all that, and throws skateboard down. And he's got, shelves everywhere and stuff. And he's sitting there at a table that is his work table, and he cuts things up, does things, works on things, whatever. And he's got his computer and his sunglasses on all the time. And he has got truckloads of boxes that they have brought up and delivered into his office. Okay. And you go, okay, let's do mail time. And he'll do a live unboxing. But some stuff got really creepy that he was opening up, that people were sending him. There was some very creepy stuff. And then he was going to have another baby, and then they're sending baby stuff. Do you keep it? Do you not? It's like there's a YouTuber I watched this morning. Is it JR or JK Treasures? He does a lot of used stuff, resells it. Real nice guy. And he has like a whole shed full of stuff, and that's like his office, and he does all his listings and packing and store the stuff there. And he said he had to order a light bulb for a unit that he bought used. And when he researched the unit, he found out that if he could get the light to work in it, because when he got home it didn't work, and he only paid like $3 for it at a secondhand place. He found out that the thing's worth like about $400. Okay, and an easy retail at about 200 used. Okay, so he was hoping to find a light bulb for it because it's kind of old. He found one on eBay, so he actually found two. He got the two from a deal. They were selling two, so he got two. So, and he's actually shipping both bulbs with the unit because he's not gonna need the other one for anything. So he just sent the buyer a thing like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you a bulb, an extra bulb with it. So I'm putting one in, and I'll send you one." And people love that. So, anyway, when the people sent him the light bulbs that he ordered off of eBay, okay, they sent a little Ziploc bag, and it had a thank you card with their shop name on, whatever. And then when he pulled the thank you card out, it had Easter candies in it. Okay. And he was like, I just don't know. And it was like Hershey bars or something, where they're just wrapped in a foil thing. Yeah. But it's not like sealed or anything. And he's like, I don't know what to think. And I said, man, I would need it. You don't send candy things. I mean, if you're selling food on the internet, like I used to sell, I'll tell you a big thing that used to really sell good, like on Amazon and eBay. You would never believe it. And my daughter and I, we cracked up. I said, maybe I need to do this. And we were making banana nut bread and banana bread without the nuts, and a couple other of those. and we would fit it in that little tiny box, okay? Uh, that at flat rate little tiny box from the post office. You know, it's like 7 by 5 by 2 or 1 or something like that. And we would wrap it up in plastic and then stick it in that box. And we used to sell those. I think it was like $15 for that little thing that filled up that whole box. People were buying it all day long. And people were higher than me. They were like $25. I'm like, God, that's about 2 slices of bread. And they're paying that kind of money. I said, we need to be making our banana nut bread and sell it. So we were just doing it hand over fist and just selling them all day long, which is equivalent of about 2 slices of banana nut bread in the store, you know, which is like $3 a package, you know, in the store. So that's like a total of $6 if they go down to the corner store and buy it, and it's in a sealed package from a manufacturer. And so we were making it, and I think we were making like $8 a box on those. It was hilarious. It was so hilarious. Yeah, I sold pecans. I had control of a couple pecan orchards. I had control of some blueberry orchards at one point, but I never retailed it out on the internet. I sold it in person, like $10 a freaking bag. It was like all day long. It was amazing. The money, this stuff was like gold. And but yeah, there's just uh, you know, I just can't begin to tell you. But when somebody tries to solicit you for a commercial when you're a YouTuber, I don't care how big or little you are, make them pay. Make them pay. It's going to be a nightmare. I did that lady for free, and all she did for like 2 months was send me really foul, nasty emails, comment on that actual YouTube vlog. So, you know, I did a beautiful commercial for you and stuff, and you turn around and you trashed your own commercial so everybody else can see it, and you're the owner. I know you're the owner. You know, everybody else looks at it and they're going, that's just somebody commenting. No, that was the person that sent me the product that talked all that poop. That was them on their very own commercial that I did for free on my YouTube that still plays. Okay? That I did as a kindness in a moment of national emergency. Okay? You know, to help somebody. The only unfortunate thing is when I get the product, it's not certified by the government or the state. And I'm, you know, like really disappointed. Why did you even bother me with that? I've got lots of friends making bath and body stuff. They can send me, and I'll do a little commercial for them too to help them. But and it's not certified. Okay, I'd rather do it with my friends than a damn stranger for free. You know, I was trying to do it the ultra kindness in a state of emergency. You know, because you can't put food on the table for your babies because you can't put gas in your car. You know, because you can't go out to buy, you know, food. You have to order DoorDash because that's all that's open. The grocery stores are closed. You know, I think what someone said to me is true. Do stuff for free and they expect the world charge for it, and they're decent to deal with. You know, that's a very good saying. Um, I would, I would pretty much agree with that. I can't say I've always been burned, but um, yeah, it's like today. It's like pay me. You know, pay me. Whatever anybody else, pay me. You know, so yeah. But you have to remember, you got them by the hazungas because they can't start a channel and have your following. Um, and 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 it's easier for them to go somebody else that already has an existent following. All they want to do is get it on the internet. If you had 3 subs, it wouldn't make a difference. All you have to do is get on the internet. They don't know how. They don't know how. So that's why they're going to you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially when you're doing a review or giving products away for free online. Oh yeah. Oh God. You have to be careful. But yeah, you have to be careful how much you're involved with it. You know, you have to say we don't sell them here. I'm not involved with developing this product. It's just somebody that came to me and asked if I would, you know, do an unboxing for them. There's lots of companies will send you stuff, real companies, from Merle, not Merle Norman, but like what are these cheapo Cover Girl and all this. They'll send you an email and say, hey man, can we send you some stuff and would you do a unboxing? You know, um, and then we'll send you like $1,000 in stock of your favorite stuff. And you'll go, well, okay then, and all you gotta do is an unboxing. Casey Neistat, he gets like really expensive phones sent to him from iPhone and all kinds of stuff that they want him to do a vlog about. Okay, but the whole deal is they have to give him the phone. He's not sending it back. Um, and plus I gotta send new products at times. He did an auction one time where he had he had boosted boards. He had like 10 of them, and some that weren't even unboxed. He had cameras, camera equipment, all kinds of stuff that people send him. You know, and you pick and choose. It's just like Scotty Kilmer, the auto mechanic. People, you send him tools, all kinds of stuff. Said, would you try this tool? And maybe would you do like a YouTube thing on it? Which he didn't do 90% of those tools. They just sat in the shed, brand new in boxes, and stuff he thought was stupid sat in the shed, brand new in boxes. And so he did an auction too, just like Casey Neistat did. And they auctioned it off, and then I know Casey Neistat donated his because he did a YouTube vlog on his channel about that. He said, I'm taking all this stuff, these cameras, these extra boards, all this other stuff that I can't use because I already have it, and I'm going to auction it off and donate it to like a children's society or something. And I was like, oh my God, why doesn't he just sell it? Well, see, and there's also another fine line about selling. I got a friend of mine just got busted on eBay because he had one at a time issues of high dollar tennis shoes, and this guy was in big time sports. And these companies sent them to him and said, we did it with your favorite colors, and it's the only shoe made like that. Okay, and here, and the guy wore it one time. That was it. So this YouTuber that does clothing made a deal with his buddy, you know, said, can I have that stuff that you don't want? you know, and then he was running it out on eBay and he got slammed. Why? And these shoes were going for, because they're one of a kind, they were going for, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And man, it throws that red flag up on eBay, even though he was pulling 100K profit a year selling used stuff on uh uh on eBay, okay, and they were making huge money on them. The problem is that somebody had stepped in the picture somewhere, whether it be the eBay people or it was Nike or Converse or whoever, that said, where the hell did they get this and why is it being sold? Because it was a complimentary gift for this famous basketball player, baseball player, whatever. That it gets really bad because a lot of that stuff you cannot resell, you know, at least publicly. You have to find out what the clause is when you get into things like that, okay? Because a lot of it you're not allowed to resell. Just like stuff that says sample only, not for resale. There's legalities involved in that. Merle Norman. Merle Norman wants nothing on the internet, period. Absolutely nothing. New, used, or anything else. They want to control the world, you know? And it's like, well, they can go after you for that. I mean, there's Harley Davidson. I sold collectors Harley Davidson on eBay, and I got zeroed back in the early 2000s for that. I'm like, damn, they suspend you out for like 10 days and then let you back on. And it's like, damn, for what? And I got zeroed. I was selling Harley Davidson real belt buckles in the packages. They were old anyway. They weren't brand new, but they were never used. But they were, uh, they'd been around a while. They weren't copied or anything else. And a T-shirt, a brand new T-shirt with the tags Harley Davidson. A friend of mine had this, said sell it, you know, and their T-shirts are expensive, and I had a good price on it. Sold. Oh man, that eBay slammed me. You can't sell Harley Davidson on here. You can't say Harley Davidson anywhere in the ad or on the product. Harley Davidson does not permit their products to be sold on eBay. Period. New, used, or indifferent. I was like, oops. Sorry. No offense. I mean, you can't blame them. What they're really trying to do in essence is make you come to their website or their store. They don't want the stuff sold anywhere else. They want all their customers to come to them directly so they never lose a sale. That's all. They want their niche. Okay. Yeah. And see, that's the other thing. There's these big companies that are pressuring. Now, see, this guy that just got recently terminated the past couple weeks, big YouTuber, sells used clothes. Huge YouTuber. And he was like, I'm not sure why they terminated me, and I didn't have any fines, or marks, and it was just, to me, it was kind of dancing there, um then he admitted that he did shoe sales and quit them in January. And he said, who cares, I made $2.4 million on selling shoes for 6 months, and I really didn't want to sell them. I wanted to not do shoes. And it was like, oh, one, that's a gigantic amount of money. And two, here comes the audit. And here was the problem. The audit came. And he's a 5-year seller. All of a sudden, eBay stepped up to the plate and said, okay, we need, for everything you've got listed, we need proof of purchase. And we really want to see proof of purchase on the shoes that you already sold, back, in January, when you quit in January. And he couldn't come up with it. Now, wait a minute. Even though all his stuff is used, if I go to Salvation Army, I get a receipt. If I go to yard sale, I log what I bought. I'll even put their address of the house down. And I put the date, the day, the time, and all the items that I bought, and the price I paid for each item in total. Okay? I write it down. I got to have that because when I go to price it later, I don't want to forget and go, damn, I spent 20 on it and I listed it for $3. No. And paid eBay fees and taxes. No, and paid to ship it. No. So I keep track of everything. I have receipts for everything. I have receipts for every bottle of glitter I've ever bought, every rhinestone I've ever bought. I have receipts for what I call my shoe blanks, for shoes I buy from makers that I decorate. I have receipts for everything. So I have been audited twice for eBay and Amazon in my lifetime. And Amazon will hold you up for months. I'm not the only one. And you just do what they say. They're really against drop shippers. They just want proof that you have the stuff in your possession, and they want proof that you got it legitimately. And especially now, because the big alert is people selling, really expensive tennis shoes, collectors' tennis shoes are like $1,000 a pair, and they're selling for like 200 on eBay new, stuff like that. Because the problem is they've had so many, like, what do they call them, routings, whatever it is, where the people go and they bash the windows on the storefront and all that, you know, and steal them all during the pandemic, when everything was shut down. Oh yeah, I don't doubt Harley Davidson probably sue eBay for selling it. So they do what they say because they don't want to get sued. They're like, okay, yes, sir. Um, uh, they just do what they say. Because they'll threaten lawsuit. But I mean, yeah, it's understandable. I mean, if I have my product, I don't want a sucker selling my product unless I've approved it. If they come to me and said, hey, Red, and I've had people do it. Well, hey, will you let me buy in bulk? I really don't want to. I've had people come up and I'd be running in a place and have a whole rack full of stuff, thousands of dollars. And they'd say, look, I really like your stuff. Can I just buy this whole rack? I said, well, I mean, do you understand how much money's hanging on this rack? Well, give me an idea what it is. And I tell them, well, can you give me a break? I said, not really. Why? I said, I'm not a wholesaler. Okay? I am not a wholesaler. This is not, $2 crap from China. I make it. You know? So yeah, I've had people come to me like that, but um, uh, I mean, I just don't know if I'd want to be a distributor. It'd be so much work for me because I make most of my stock. You know, I mean, Lulu LaRue, whatever that is. If you read about that whole story, that's a real scam deluxe. And I know a girl here in Fort Walton that got into that and thought it was a big money thing. My daughter remembers this girl. She used to buy costumes for me. Hell, we come down from out of state and we got a hotel, and she came to our hotel just to come to me and buy rhinestone bras to dance. Okay, and we'd been to her house, I think two of her houses, but she kind of weird. Um, and she got into that Lulu LaRue, and she and I got in a fight over it. She's like, "You should sell for them, and I could get you on." And I said, "I don't want to sell other people's stuff. Everybody solicits me because I'm a big seller. I'm not interested." And oh no, you don't understand. This is really good. I said, "I've never heard of it." And all it does is look like stretch pants to me, you know. And she's, well, but no, it's different, and it's really high quality, and the designs and all that. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's like getting into the damn Tupperware party and the A-Bon and all that other crap. But yeah, so she got in that Lulu. But the problem with that was you had to buy your stock, and you had to do shows at your house. So you'd have a bunch of strangers in your house, and feed them treats and drinks, and get them to buy, and then recruit other sellers. And apparently the whole business was a scam. If you read about it today, you'd never believe it. Never would you believe it. There's so many people stuck with so much of that retail stock where they had to keep buying and buying and buying, you know, and they're stuck with it. It's still selling here and there on eBay and Amazon. You get it pretty cheap, you know. But Lulu was nothing. And I can't even say it. The Lulu people. But all it was some stupid stretch pants that were like cotton, and they just printed every design ever invented on the face of this earth, fabric design. And it was just some really bad stretch pants. It was like, 300-pound girl in stretch pants and they're gathered at the ankle. That's just not a good look. Okay, it's not the good look for everybody. It's great on a cocaine skinny little tiny girl about the size of an 8-year-old. Okay, that's full grown. I mean, it's maybe good for gym wear. I don't think it's exceptional. I don't think you should dress like that going to the gym, because it's distracting to serious weightlifters. You should just dress like normal people and go in there and work out. It's not a fashion show. Um, you could give somebody a serious injury if they all of a sudden look because they're checking your butt out or whatever, and they drop 500 pounds on the floor on their leg and they're injured for life. It's just a stupid thing. Um, but I mean, those pants are not crap. Okay, they're like more like pantyhose, and it's not like you can go out to the Hilton for dinner and crap like that. I don't care what shoes you put with it in a floor length mink coat. It's just nothing. It's casual wear. It's really more like children's wear. Um, it's it's just not an all around thing for all different size and frames of people. And it's only for women. It's not for men. Men can't wear it, so now you're only in a woman's market. I mean, it just depends what you want to invest in, you know. So I mean, it just depends. So I mean, my business, I have children's wear, I have adult wear, I have everything. My phone is dying. Um, I forgot to plug that devil in. But so that's where it's at, man. Honest to God. Um, I can't believe I forgot to plug the phone in. Um, uh, so there's a lot of things involved in that. But anyway, so there's an update. You guys can go around and look at some research and see what you kind of think. Um, they keep emailing me, man. They just keep on emailing me. All of a sudden, they stopped and they started again. And I'm not going to photograph all my inventory. These folks can kiss my butt from here to New York. And I told them. I said, I don't sell the kind of stuff all your auction people are selling on here. I don't sell stuff like that. So my stuff would really, better their website. And I think they really need to get into people that sell a little better things and a variety of things. There's nothing on there. Most of it's like Pokemon and trading card stuff and some really bad garage sale stuff. Looks like it came out of Grandpa's attic covered in dust and it had 5 boxes sitting on it. I mean, a lot of stuff looks bad. Um, you know, uh, I'm just not seeing anything good. I mean, when I go to the website, there's nothing there I want to buy. See what I'm saying? And they don't have many varieties of picks of things. Like you can't just go in there and go, let's look at men's clothes, let's look at men's tools, you know, let's go look at cooking aids, uh, let's look at children's clothes, children's toys. I didn't see a lot of that. It was just a bunch of junk. I couldn't figure out what they were exactly selling. The titles of their shops made no sense. I didn't know what they were selling. I'd have to sit there and watch some stuff and go, what is that? And why are they bidding $300 for something that looks like it's $1 from a Dollar Tree or something, but used? So you guys see what you think, and if you learn anything, let me know. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm just kind of there. I'm sad that I couldn't, have a source where I could really move some of my retail stock, so I could reduce on storages, and it'll be easier for me to relocate and move. Um, because it's money just sitting dormant, you see. So that's what I'm here for every day with this office, is to sell, sell, sell. But anyway, I mean, I have, my sole job, and I got my YouTube job, got to keep it rolling. Plus I teach. Um, and then, that cool DoorDash thing, all those stuff. But everything's money. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I love you so much for coming by. You are awesome. And thanks for hanging out with me, because you know what? It's been a slice of heaven. You guys have a great one. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Do something kind for a stranger, but be careful. Talk to you later. Love you.